I've worked my ass off to get where I am today. Like I've been working, grinding since I was 12 years old and been through hell and back to get where I am today.
Wait, Thomas, get out of the frame. Thomas, up.
Hey, I'm out of the bed frame. Is that good? Is it good?
I do really dumb like dad jokes. That's my whole thing. They do well. I think everyone on the internet kind of knows that I'm like the dad of the house. Like everyone knows that I just do TikTok and stuff because it's fun. I'm not a TikToker. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not an Instagrammer. I'm an entrepreneur and a business person, and that's all I really care about. Like I want to make sure that these kids go as far as they can in their personal lives and careers, and that's my priority. I don't think that a house would work without someone like me. I'm very entrepreneurial, so like I think of things that nobody else thinks of. Every time you put a shirt on, every time you wear something of a brand, you have to understand you're putting it out there for the world. Every product you buy, everything you put a swipe up for, everything you promote, you're losing money. These kids don't realize that. I want to see these kids not get taken advantage of. I want to see them make the money they deserve to be making and get the recognition they deserve to get. That's my big focus. I've always wanted to do like a social media household ever since my previous experiences with one. I took a lot of inspiration from Team 10 and from Jake. And then I just saw where I could change it and tweak it and turn it into something different, a little bit better in some ways. When we were focusing on building this up, we were focused on more of the family bond, more of the collaborative effort. We want to be the PG version. We want to be the Disney version, the Nickelodeon version. We want to be the positive, the people that are open to everybody, that don't hate anyone, that is all about literally, like it sounds silly, but just making a good environment where everyone loves each other. No one here is signed to the hype house. Like that's not a thing. We don't take a percentage of anyone's careers. But I feel like that's where we're different, and that's why we have such a good bond, and that's why we're all such close friends and family. We don't want to take a percentage because it ruins the relationship, and that's where you get a lot of stuff behind people's backs and like a lot of people talking crap and all that, and we wanted to avoid that as best we could. I'll put myself out on deals that I'm negotiating for people. So since I have a social media following, I make more money on those deals than I would taking 10% from everyone. Since I'm still 21, like I can still do it and get those brand deals in and don't need to take a percentage for them, which is just more money for them and more money for me. And so that's the way I do it.
How are you gonna have the best lighting in the entire house and you haven't used it once?
I haven't encountered that really. I think that it's because I look older and I hold myself a lot older, but most people assume I'm 26, 27, or like think that I've been to college and I've done all this and I've been in business, but realistically, I didn't have a single connection in LA 2 months ago, though outside of just social media kids, and now I know like some of the heads of the biggest record labels in the world, and it's like, it just happens really fast when you put yourself out there. I started buying and selling products from Alibaba and selling them to kids in school when I was like 11. I went to school with a lot of rich kids and I wasn't rich, so I bought products and resold them for a lot more, like 10 times more. Chase, me, Cover, Nick, we have a really good eye for this stuff. I reached out to Addison when she had, I think, 12K on Instagram. I reached out to Charlie when she had like 6K on Instagram. Chase reached out to her when she had like 10, 15K too, and that's how they became friends in the first place. Back in the day, I met Khalid a long time ago, the artist, when he had like 5,000 followers on Instagram. I was like, hey man, like Location's a great song. I found it on SoundCloud, and we became friends then. I feel like I just have a good ear and eye for this stuff. Being something different, and now it's about just remembering that if we bring someone in with 20,000 followers that we know we're gonna blow up to 1 million, they have to be loyal, they have to bring back that value. If we're not gonna take 20% of their career, they have to be like promoting our products, they have to be doing all that. It's just about figuring all that out before we bring in more people. We want everyone to be able to live their life and date whoever they want to date, and whoever decides to be in a relationship, like you live your own life. Just remember that it's when you involve social media, you're also putting yourself out there and your partner out there for a lot of people, and they're gonna be watching out for you. They're gonna be watching out for every little detail about your relationship. I just recently started talking to someone for the first time in a while. I had like a 6-year-long relationship. So after that, I didn't talk to anyone for a while. And then I'm just talking with a girl. We're seeing how it goes. No. Normal person. I think she likes it and thinks it's really interesting, and she just kind of observes from a different perspective, which I appreciate, because it's like she's not in this stuff and she doesn't care about being a TikToker or YouTuber, and that's something that I really like, because I don't want someone to be involved in this industry. Yeah, 100%. We have things that people really want. We have followers, we have a nice house, we have more money than some people, and like I've worked my ass off to get where I am today. Like I've been working, grinding since I was 12 years old and been through hell and back to get where I am today. So I don't really open up to a lot of people in that way. I have 20 people that I've built around me to trust, that I know have my back and everything. So I stick to those people. And then dating wise, I don't like reach out to anybody or try to do that, because it's just, you know what they're looking for most of the time. My goal is just to set the standard for the future of entertainment and for these social media kids, because there's no reason why we can't be the next Kardashians. There's no reason why not. Like, what do they have that we don't have? Nothing. There's no difference. They just marketed really well and they killed it and they're doing amazing. But there's no reason why we can't do that. Become a household name. The Hype House could be known all across the world. We could build it out to build a Hype House in New York. We could build a Hype House in Europe, and we could become an actual brand that's known and has worldwide recognition for the newest talent. And we can have talent scouts, and we can have people like me come in and manage these houses, and it could be a real business. It cannot just be just a group of 20 TikTokers that work together. Maybe. I think it'd be cool to see how different like I operate in this house versus how a lot of the other people operate. And then there's a lot of drama that happens on a daily basis. We have a lot of stuff that happens every day that we're yelling about, that people are arguing about. That's just part of living with 10, 20 people coming over to the house every day. We just like to have the environment where if you're frustrated with something, yell about the person about it, say why you're frustrated, get it off your chest, and let's fix it. Let's move forward, because that's the only way it's gonna work. I wanna build out a music label. That's a big goal of mine. I wanna partner with a big company, maybe Republic, and build out my own label and sign my own artists.
A year from now, getting into the music space a little bit.
He's doing his own thing. He's doing his own thing. And that's what's amazing about this place. Build up your career, and then eventually you go off and do your own thing. We're not trying to trap people. We're trying to provide an environment that can help grow everyone. And maybe the music people are looking at us for the next people. And it's like, maybe we can just scout people, bring them in, help them make those connections, and then send them off to continue with their career. I couldn't even tell you. I don't know where it's gonna be in 6 months.
Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night.